everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to be talking about my tanning secrets, my tanning routine, and a few little tips to give you guys on what to do before you fake tan and while you're fake tanning and how to maintain a fake tan. So I just wanted to film this because a few things have changed since the last video that I did on my tanning routine, which was last year. I'm using different products, I'm doing different things, so I wanted to kind of share with you guys my new tips and the new products that I'm using for tanning. Before I get started, I just wanted to say I barely ever go out into the sun and fake tan just because I know that it's unhealthy for you, and I've never used a tanning bed. So I use all complete, products that you buy in stores. I don't really use anything that's harmful to me. And another thing I wanted to mention is that I don't fake tan all the time, but I do prefer the way that I look with a little bit of a tan and a little bit of a colour. But I just thought I'd let you guys know that because I know that here in Australia we're going into autumn and winter, and it's kind of pointless to like fake tan if you're not going to be wearing anything like that revealing and showing your skin off very much. But I do like to have some sort of a colour just because I do feel more confident with doing that. So anyways, I'm going to get started, and the first thing I'm going to talk about is what I do before I fake tan, because I think that this is very, very important. So always before I fake tan, I make sure that I have exfoliated my skin and I've shaved. And I do this because if I apply fake tan over the top of skin that is dry and flaky and has dead skin, it's just going to go on really, really patchy. It's not going to be even, and it's going to come off a lot quicker, because even if you don't exfoliate your skin with a like an exfoliating scrub or whatever, your skin still naturally exfoliates anyway, so it exfoliates and sheds all of the dead skin anyway. So if you put fake tan over the top of dry skin, it's just going to come off even if you don't exfoliate it, and it's going to make your tan last a lot less, and it's more likely to come off patchy rather than kind of just evenly and just sort of fade in colour. And also shave, just because if you shave, obviously you're like removing some layers of the top of the skin, and that's just going to kind of make the tan come off a little bit quicker, I find. And I like to do this the day before I fake tan, because when I like shave and exfoliate, obviously the hair follicles are open and my pores are open, and if I apply fake tan directly over skin that's like just been shaved, just been exfoliated, it can sometimes look a little bit blotchy, and it can kind of sit into the pores and look a little bit like spots, if that makes any sense. So I like to do that before I fake tan, like the day before. So I just thought I'd show you guys the products that I use for exfoliating my skin. I like to use a body scrub just because it's a little bit more luxurious than just using like an exfoliating mitt. The one that I have here is the Sugar Body Scrub Frangipani and Coconut from Premium Spa. It smells really, really good. It's kind of like a cream, I don't know if you can see there. It's not extremely abrasive like some scrubs are, and it also has jojoba oil, so it's quite nourishing as well. And that's something that you want to really take into account before you fake tan, is making sure that your skin is really nourished and moisturized so that your tan can go on and it can last a lot longer and go on a lot more evenly as well, as opposed to like going onto dry skin and flaky skin and all that sort of stuff. So I put this on, rub it all over where I'm going to fake tan, which is pretty much like everywhere, and then I go in with an exfoliating mitt. You can just get these literally for like $2 or so. I really, really like them because they're super cheap and they do the job of really, really getting off all of that dead skin. So I just put that on, and then I'll go over with this as well, just to make sure that I'm getting like the most like optimized exfoliation that I can. So I use that, and then so that's the day before. And then the day of fake tanning, I like to fake tan at night just because it's going to give me hours for the fake tan to develop on my skin. I'm not going to be out and about sweating and all that sort of stuff, because I have done that before where I've had fake tan and then I've gone out in the day and it's like sweated off and got all over my clothes. So it's a lot easier to just do it at night and just go to bed and then wake up in the morning. Whenever I put fake tan on, I normally put it on at, let's just say, around 6 o'clock at night, and I don't wash it off until about like 7 or 8 in the morning, so it's on for way longer than 8 hours. I know a lot of fake tans say that you can leave it on for like 1 hour, 4 hours, but the longer that you leave it on, the more likely it's going to develop better onto your skin. For fake tanning, I have a couple of fake tans that I really like. I was using the Dark bronzing mousse, but I don't really like that very much, especially because of the cost. I really want to try the $1 Million Tan Cabana Tan Extreme products, but the one that I have right now, which I really like, and this is the Bondi Sands Tan. I got this from Priceline. It's the self-tanning lotion in dark. I like a lot of things about this. I like the fact that it smells like coconut. It doesn't smell like fake tan at all. I feel like it lasts a lot longer than xJBeautyx, and it's a lot cheaper. I think xJBeautyx is like $50 for the large bottle, and this is I think was around $20 or something, so it's like almost half the price, and I just really like it. I think it's really dark. It doesn't wash off. Like, you know, sometimes when you put a fake tan on, you get in the shower after you've left it on and it washes off a lot of the colour. That happens with the xJBeautyx one. This one doesn't. It doesn't wash off all of the colour. It gives you still a really, really nice dark tan. I can find that I can get away with using one coat of this, but I normally tend to use two if I'm really wanting to be really tanned. If I'm going somewhere and I just want to be extra dark, I'll use 2 coats of this, but then one I can get away with as well because it is the dark version. And yeah, I really, really love this. If you haven't tried out the Bondi Sands, I definitely recommend it. And I don't put it on over skin that has moisturiser on it unless the moisturiser has absorbed, because if you put it over the top of moisturiser, it's just going to slip and slide and not going to go on super easily, even and easily. So I generally tend to put a little bit of moisturiser on my knuckles and my ankles and my knees, because that is the parts of the body that tend to get the driest, and I always tend to have quite obvious little like blotchy parts on my knuckles and in between my fingers and stuff. So I'll put a little bit of moisturiser on them, but I'll always make sure that it is absorbed into the skin first. Now, to apply my fake tan, I use a tanning mitt, and I cannot believe that I ever did not use a tanning mitt. Tanning mitts are the easiest way to apply. I can't remember what brand this is. I know xJBeautyx have their own, but it's like $10. I think I paid $7 for this. It's just a little mitt that you just pop on, and then you put your fake tan onto the mitt and you rub it onto your skin. It's just super easy. It applies the tan evenly. You can rub it in without getting it on your palms, and it just works really well. So I definitely recommend, if you're new to tanning, you get a tanning mitt. It's in the tanning section of whatever place you're getting it from, and they just work really, really well. Definitely recommend washing it at least after like every couple of uses, because I never tend to wash mine and I have to throw them out because they get like really, really gross and like green. So if I am applying 2 layers of fake tan, normally I'll just apply one, I'll leave it, wait for it to dry, and then apply another one. But if I'm just applying 1 layer, I'll just put it all over, dress in something obviously that isn't like white, like this top here, dress in something really loose and casual. If I'm sitting on anything, I make sure that I put like a blanket like over my white couch, because it is going to transfer a little bit. I do have like sheets that have like tan on them. It's just what's going to happen, unfortunately. And I just pop it on, and then when I wake up in the morning, I wash it off and I just continue on with applying my moisturiser. I don't apply necessarily another layer of fake tan the day after, unless as I said, I want that deeper colour. With moisturising is super, super important when you have a fake tan on, because it's just going to help to keep your tan on for longer. As I said, if you don't moisturise your skin, especially if you get like really dry skin like I do, it's just going to start to shed off that fake tan anyway, and it's not going to last very long, and it's going to come off patchy. So it's really important to keep moisturized. Use a body butter, use something that's really thick and nourishing, because it's going to help the tan to last a lot longer. A product that I really recommend if you kind of get a little lazy with moisturizing like I do is the Vaseline Intensive Care Spray Moisturiser. This is just something that you spray on. It's very hydrating, it absorbs super easily, and you can just rub it in and then you're good to go. You don't need to sit there pumping out product and putting it on. You just spray it on. Works really, really easily, really nice, and it's great for lazy people like me. So a couple of tips on maintaining your fake tan, as I said, when you have one on, obviously is to moisturize. And what I tend to do occasionally, if I can see that my tan's starting to fade and I'm losing a bit of color, is I'll go in with a gradual tanner. This one is my favorite. It's the Palmer's Cocoa Butter Natural Bronze Body Lotion. It's only about $7 to $12. I can't remember exactly how much it is, but it is really cheap. Doesn't smell that bad. It smells just like cocoa butter, which I guess everybody has different opinions on the smell, but I don't think it smells that bad, and it actually works really well. It maintains your fake tan, and it pretty much comes out, like I would say 1 or 2 uses after you've applied this, you'll start to notice a difference. It really is good, and once again, it's like a lotion, so it's also helping to nourish your skin as well. So I use that occasionally when I'm fake tanned. I don't like to use a gradual tanner over the top of a fake tan a lot, because I feel like that's just building up tan, which can tend to look a little bit unnatural. And also, as I said, if you're just applying fake tan over fake tan without exfoliating in between, it can tend to look a little bit blotchy and a little bit patchy. So I only use this when my tan is starting to fade off and I don't necessarily want to completely exfoliate it off. Another thing that I recommend to maintain your fake tan is to avoid using any products that have exfoliating products in them, like shower gels. I use a loofah, which obviously gives a little bit of exfoliation, but I don't use like a body scrub or a shower gel with exfoliating beads in it, because it's just going to remove your tan a lot quicker. That's how I remove my tan, is I just take my body scrub and my mitt and I'll just remove it like that. If I do want to take it off, if it's starting to look patchy and all that sort of stuff, but I don't like to use anything like that in the time when I want my fake tan to last, because it's just going to remove it anyway. So avoid using anything like that. If you have any shower gels or whatever with exfoliating beads in them, try and avoid using them. So I usually tend to find that with this tan in particular, the Bondi Sands one, normally I can get away with wearing this for about a week before it starts to look a little old, it starts to come off in certain places, because even if you do moisturize a lot, your tan isn't going to last forever, unfortunately. So I do find after a week it starts to become like that, and then once my tan is starting to look a little bit old, as I said, I just take my body scrub and my exfoliant and just completely remove the fake tan and start all over again if I feel the need to. If I don't feel the need to actually fake tan, because right now I'm not fake tanned, I don't have this tanner on, I'm just using a gradual tanner. If I don't feel the need to fake tan, I'll just use a gradual tanner. I'll use my Palmer's, and I actually apply it on with a tanning mitt as well. And normally I'll just use this morning and night for a few days, just to get, because I'm quite impatient, just to get that colour, and then I'll just kind of use it maybe every second day just to maintain a bit of colour. It's obviously not going to be as dark, as you guys can probably see. I'm not super dark, but it's just nice to have a little bit of colour without going to the length of like fake tanning and everything, because it is quite a tedious task. So that is pretty much it. That's what I wanted to talk about. I hope this was interesting to you guys. If you wanted to find some more products that you wanted to use for fake tanning, or if you just wanted to know some tips on maintaining a fake tan. But I definitely recommend that you check out the Bondi Sands one, because it is definitely a lot better than the xJBeautyx in my opinion, and it's a lot cheaper as well. And I just wanted to show you guys that tan. So thanks for watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.